The story picks up a few years after the legendary Federal Reserve heist in Los Angeles. Donnie Wilson, the man everyone thought was just a delivery driver, turned out to be the mastermind who played both the cops and the robbers. Now, Donnie is living a high-stakes life in Europe under the alias Jean-Jacques. He hasn't retired, he's leveled up, joining the world's most elite group of diamond thieves, the Panther Crew. The movie opens with a cold, surgical heist in Antwerp, Belgium. Donnie and the Panthers, led by the cold and calculating Giovanna, infiltrate an airport hangar to steal a rare red diamond. They move like ghosts, using high-tech jamming equipment and disguised as a SWAT team to vanish before the real police even arrive. Donnie has finally found his tribe, but his past is about to catch up with him in a big way. Meanwhile, back in California, Deputy Sheriff Nicholas Big Nick O'Brien is a shell of his former self. His obsession with catching Donnie cost him his marriage and nearly his career. He's recently divorced, living out of a suitcase, and has been put on administrative leave. But Nick isn't the type to sit on a beach. He's been tracking Donnie's trail through the dark web and underground informants. Nick travels to Europe on his own dime, acting like a rogue agent. He eventually tracks Donnie to a high-end club in the French Riviera. Instead of arresting him, Nick does something no one expects. He sits down, orders a drink, and tells Donnie he wants in. Nick explains that he's lost everything: his wife, his badge, and his money. He knows Donnie is planning something massive, and he wants a seat at the table. Donnie is skeptical, and so is Giovanna. To prove his worth, Nick has to survive a brutal interrogation by the crew's muscle, which includes former MMA fighters and Balkan mercenaries. Nick's grit wins them over, and he is introduced to the target, the World Diamond Center in Nice, France. This is the Fort Knox of jewels, protected by seismic sensors, facial recognition, and a vault that requires 3 separate keys held by 3 different executives. As they begin casing the joint, a new player enters the game. The Sicilian mafia, known as the Octopus, is furious because the red diamond Donnie stole earlier actually belonged to them. They send a hit squad to send a message, leading to a brutal shootout in the streets of Marseille. Nick proves his value by saving Donnie's life, cementing his place in the crew. As the date of the heist approaches, we see the dual nature of our protagonists. Donnie is meticulously calculating every second of the security rotation, while Nick is secretly meeting with a local French detective named Hugo. It's unclear if Nick is actually going native or if he's setting up the ultimate sting operation. The tension reaches a boiling point during a crew dinner where Giovanna's ex-boyfriend, Marco, expresses his jealousy of Nick's rising influence. A fight breaks out, and Nick brutally beats Marco, leading to Marco and his partner Vuk being kicked out of the crew. It's a move that will come back to haunt them. The heist begins at 3 a.m. The team uses a sophisticated man-in-the-middle attack to loop the security cameras of the World Diamond Center. While Giovanna runs surveillance from a nearby van, Nick, Donnie, and a specialist named Slavko enter through the underground service tunnels. To bypass the seismic sensors, they have to move with incredible precision, literally timing their footsteps to the vibrations of a nearby subway line. The most daring part of the plan involves Nick rappelling down an elevator shaft while the elevator is in motion, clinging to the bottom of the car to reach the blind spot of the vault's thermal sensors. Donnie uses a custom-built sonic drill to crack the vault without triggering the pressure alarms. Inside, they find a sea of diamonds and millions in cash. They don't just take the jewels, they find the red diamond Donnie previously stole, which was being held as evidence. They bag the loot and prepare to exit, but a mechanical failure traps Nick in the vault area. In a heart-pounding sequence, Donnie refuses to leave him behind, using a thermal charge to blow a hole in a secondary wall just seconds before the security lockout initiates. The crew makes it to the extraction point, a parking garage where they swap vehicles. But as they head towards the Italian border, they're ambushed. It's not the police, but the Tigers, a rival gang led by the disgruntled Marco and Vuk, who have teamed up with the mafia to steal the score for themselves. A massive car chase erupts through the winding mountain roads. Nick and Slavko are both wounded in the firefight. Just as the Tigers corner them for the kill, black SUVs swarm the area. The Octopus mafia henchmen arrive and execute Marco and Vuk on the spot. They don't kill Nick and Donnie though. Instead, they take the red diamond back and tell them they're even for now, providing them with a fresh car to escape the approaching French police. The remaining Panthers celebrate their escape at a secluded villa in Italy. They have enough diamonds to live like kings. However, the celebration is cut short when French SWAT teams smash through the windows. The entire crew is arrested, except for Nick. It's revealed that Nick never lost his badge. Every move he made was coordinated with Hugo Detective. Nick had ratted out the crew from the very beginning to redeem his career. In a heartbreaking scene, Nick visits a handcuffed Donnie in a transport van. Nick admits that while he is a cop, the friendship he built during the heist was the only real thing in his life. He leans in and whispers 4 words to Donnie: "Sit back, left side." As Donnie is being transported to a high-security prison, a helicopter appears overhead. The mafia, still needing Donnie's genius for a future job, ambushes the convoy. Following Nick's cryptic advice, Donnie leans to the left just as a sniper takes out the guards on the right. Donnie is pulled into the helicopter and flown away. The movie ends with Nick standing on a pier in Marseille, looking at a postcard Donnie left behind. It's an invitation to a new job in London. Nick smiles, crumples the card, and tosses it into the ocean, but we know he's already thinking about the next chase.